What are your thoughts on the 533 Spec 7 and their quads in general? The 533 Spec 7 is for 7-inch spec racing. So the Spec 7, HC0 Spec 7, there we go, ready to fly. So the HC0 Spec 7 is for people who are racing Street League, which is a 7-inch spec class. Spec class means that there are rules about the drones, kind of like NASCAR. You can't just enter any car in NASCAR. There's all these rules about how the car has to be. 7-inch spec racing is like that. Street League is like that. If you want to race in a Street League race, then you should buy the Spec 7 or any other compliant drone, but that's what the Spec 7 is for. If you aren't interested in racing in Street League, then you might get a more enjoyable experience out of racing a different drone, because just like in NASCAR, where there are all these rules about how the cars should be, and in many ways they make the cars slower. But the idea is to create a level playing field where everybody's racing as close as possible to the same car, so that then driver skill makes the difference. Street League intentionally makes the drones heavy and slower. And that makes for more enjoyable racing in a lot of ways. It levels the playing field. But if you just want to fly a powerful 7-inch drone, you could break some of those rules and have maybe a more enjoyable experience. So who should buy the Spec 7? A person who wants to race in Street League, or whatever. Spend your money the way you want. But I'm not sure I would buy this exact drone unless I wanted to race in Street League. Now, 533's ready-to-fly drones are top-notch. Top-notch. 533 as a company is top-notch. I should disclose that I'm friends with Evan Turner. I've done videos with him for years. He lives here in Tennessee. He's about a half hour from my house. So, if you think that's... It probably is. It probably is. Biasing my opinion of the company. But I have bought drones from him. They're amazing. They're perfectly built. They're wonderful. And ever since they got into the more general, they just have an FPV store, he's putting in so much work to have a good store, good customer service, and he's just a good dude, and I cannot recommend them more. So if you're looking to buy a bind and fly, the thing is, his bind and flies are not made in a factory in China by the 10,000s. They're just made by this one dude. Or maybe there's one other dude now. And they're just handmade by a guy who knows how to build to Evan Turner's standards. They're top-notch. They fly great. Atreides is here. Atreides is that dude. That's Skip. Skip and Carter. He says Carter. I couldn't remember Carter's name. Thank you, Atreides. And here's the thing. It's possible that 3 years from now, 533 will have gotten so popular and expanded, and they'll have hired, and now they'll have 10 builders instead of 2. And quality will go down. It's possible. That's a thing that happens in the world. The company is small. The company is hungry. When you only have 2 builders and you're only selling a small number of drones, it's easy to keep quality control up. It's possible that in 3 years, they'll have grown and quality will drop. I don't think that'll happen, but it's possible. But here's the thing. Right now, if you buy a 533 bind and fly, you're catching them right at that upswing. They're hungry and they're hardworking, and they're still small enough that they're doing great quality on every single one that goes out the door. They haven't hit the challenge of how do you keep that quality up as you get popular. They'll hit that challenge, and hopefully they'll overcome it. But right now, there's no better time to buy a bind and fly from 533, because they're every single one is just lovingly babied over by these guys. So that's my opinion. Atreides says, I'll kick their ass if the quality goes down. There you go. Every compliment from me has to come with a backhanded insult. So that's how it goes.